Good morning on this Monday morning after the Super Bowl. Some of you are real excited for the Eagles. They soared over Kansas City. Maybe it wasn't the game you were expecting. Looks like winter's coming back here in Shreveport. Looks like this week we're going to have a cool winter week, which is exciting because I really wasn't ready for summer. But today I want to talk on the subject of unmet needs and conflict in our lives. So most conflict, most issues in our life come from unmet needs. And here's the reality with unmet needs, or with conflict, or with struggles we face. Most of the time, when we face struggles, we turn to people like a friend, a spouse, boss, family member. We turn to people and we want them to solve our problems, or we turn to our vices. We turn to sports, we turn to the bottle, we turn to a lot of different things to try and find fulfillment in life. We understand, if you're watching this channel, you probably already know this. You understand that there's only one source to most of your problems, and that's Jesus Christ. You turn to your Maker for all of your issues, and all of your issues become non-issues, and He solves them for you. You know, we were designed by God for a purpose. He wants to be your source. He wants to help you fulfill your purpose on earth. But we're human, and so we turn to all the wrong areas before we turn to Him. It's like we have to hit, oftentimes in our life, we have to hit rock bottom before we look up. You know, we'll look sideways to our friends, to everything. We'll look to our finances, we'll look to how much money we have or the cars we drive, and we try and find fulfillment in that, and it leaves us empty all the time. And you know, I've kind of been on this for a couple of weeks about stuff here on earth rather than eternal things. But it's very true that, you know, happiness, joy, let's call it joy, let's call it what it is. Joy comes from the Lord. It doesn't come from the things we do. Peace. This morning I was in my prayer time, and peace was my focus today, was peace. Lord, the Lord was really working on me with peace. I can be a busybody. I can be real active. My mind can be racing 100 miles an hour about what I need to do today, or what happened yesterday, or the stresses of tomorrow. And this morning it was my time with the Lord was all about peace. And so I sat there peacefully, just listening to the Lord, and letting Him just pour peace over me, rather than, you know, just going from prayer to prayer to prayer, praying for this person and that person and this, and praying for this situation or that situation. I just sat in peace, and it was wonderful. And I believe today is going to be one of the most peaceful days I have, because I purposed this morning to have peace in my life today. And so I want to encourage you, if you have issues in your life, and I'll go through this, if you're going through depression, stress, anxiety, fear, financial problems, relationship problems, if you're not content in who you are, if you're trying to find answers in all the wrong areas, if you find yourself at a happy hour rather than finding the joy of the Lord, if you find whatever, and this is no judgmental, but any of those things, anything that you're not happy with in life, I challenge you today. Don't turn to others for your happiness. Don't turn to others for the answer. Turn to God. And on the flip side of that, when people come to you and they want you to be their source, I mean, if you're trained, if you're a trained counselor, you're a trained whatever, you're a trained financial advisor, you're a trained whatever it is you're trained at, or you've had a 40 years of great marriage, so you give a lot of great marital advice. You can still do that in that one area. So when someone comes to you with all of their problems, don't solve all their problems for them. Turn them on to the source. Turn them on to the problem solver, God. Turn them on to heaven. Point their eyes above to the Creator, because that's the only that's going to be the only long-term solution. Yes, you can help them with one problem, but don't become their source, because when you become their source, you steal God's opportunity to do a work in their life. So today, I just want to encourage you, be a blessing to someone, reach out to someone, love on someone. I wrote this down this morning. This was in one of my devotions today, and I really like it. We can walk arm in arm without seeing eye to eye. And man, we live in a country right now that if we don't see eye to eye, we hate each other. I really liked a couple of commercials last night, expensive commercials, but I really liked a couple of them. But they kind of talked about this. We can walk arm in arm without seeing eye to eye, and I challenge you to do that today. Reach out to someone you don't see eye to eye to, have coffee with them, and walk arm in arm with them, because don't let our thought differences, our opinions separate us from loving one another. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.